as she blow dried my hair, y'all, she literally talked about my hair the entire time. To anybody in the shop that will listen to her talk about it, she dogged my hair out. Alright, so first I have to say that I've got my hair in an afro today, but I'm wearing my hair out in an afro because it's going into kind of what I'm going to be talking about today. And in order for you all to kind of understand where I'm coming from, you have to know what my hair is looking like. Yesterday, I read an article on my Apple News iPad, and it is an article that was actually posted by Refinery 29, and I will post it and, you know, show what the article looks like in case you want to go and read it later. And basically the article is talking about why has booking an appointment with black hairstylists become stressful. That was the name of the article. And when I seen it pop up on my Apple News, of course I clicked on it because I was just like, what? Like, okay, what is in the world is this article going to be about? And so I went ahead and I clicked on it and I proceeded to read what the article was talking about. And basically what the article was talking about is just all the hassle and all of the red tape that it has come now to booking an appointment with black hairstylists. And it started off with just talking about the history of getting your hair done, if you remember getting your hair done or whatever, where it started from, how it's kind of a rite of passage in the black community or whatever, and how a lot of kids definitely remember going to the hair salon, and you know, black women are remembering going to the hair salon and getting their hair done. And it was a very relaxing and enjoyable experience. But now it seems like that is not what's going on now. A lot of things are changing and people are getting to where they don't even want to go to get their hair done anymore. Like they want to do their hair at home. It's better to get their hair done at home than go to the hair salon. So they showed some different like comments from people from Twitter, and just mostly from Twitter, basically just talking about horror stories of them trying to book appointments at the hair salon. Like one person was talking about that they were trying to book with a hairstylist, and the hairstylist basically said their son was going to be there, whatever, so hey, you better get ready for that. If I gotta cancel or whatever, hey, it is what it is. Either you can reschedule your appointment or go to somebody else. And then they were showing just some prices that some hair salons are now charging now for basic wash and go, or wash and blow dry, or you know, just basic hair styles that back in my day would have been maybe like $30 to get like your hair washed and get like a roller set or something. I mean, that was like $35 if that, and that was pushing it. And so now they're talking about like $500. Like they was talking about $500 that stylists were charging for like washing your hair, blow drying it, and silk pressing it. And I was just like, come again. I wish I would spend $500 for just to get a wash and a blow dry. So a lot of people were talking about, you know, even if I want to pay $500, because maybe you do want to pay $500. I mean, that's on you. But then you go there and you don't get the service that's $500. So if I'm paying $500 for a hairstyle, then I expect then the service to be like $500 worth of service. Like when I go to the door, I want orange juice, some water, a snack. I don't know. I want my hand massage or something. I mean, there has to be something else coming with this $500 than just you doing my hair. Like, unless you're doing some braids or something like that. But no, that's just ridiculous. So anyway, the article just shared a lot of different horror stories that people were experiencing booking an appointment, having to pay a deposit and then being told that the deposit does not even go towards your actual hairstyle. So you have to actually pay a deposit and then pay the hairstyle on top of the deposit. So anyway, after reading that story, I was just like, wow. It actually made me think of an experience that I had last year booking an appointment at a hairstylist. And I'm going to tell you how that experience went for me and what I kind of feel about kind of what's going on with this whole hair salon thing. Because I think that just a lot of stuff nowadays are just changing, and either we have to change with it, or I don't know, just kind of just stop doing it altogether. But I'm just going to go and just quickly just give you my experience with hair salons, because to me, going to the hair salon was always stressful for me. It has never been something that relaxes me at all. I've never had, and I'm going to talk about just like 2 times that it has been a relaxing experience for me. It's always been stressful. And it was not even the booking of the appointment that was stressful for me. It was going to the salon that was stressful. And that is because this is why I have my hair out, because of my hair. The very first time when they was talking about the rite of passage and going to the hair salon, and you know, you probably remember when you first went to the hair salon, you know, the experience of that. I remember when I took my daughter when she first got her hair done, and it was Easter, and she enjoyed every minute of it. And that's because she saw me get my hair done and she wanted to get hers done. And so yeah, that's kind of what we end up doing, is getting her hair done for Easter. And but I remember my time going to get my hair done, and it was not a very fun experience for me. I'm going in with the Beauty Bakery today, and I'm doing a kind of a green look today. So let me stop and just let y'all know kind of what I'm doing today. I bought this new e.l.f. pencil, and I will tell you when I start using it what color it is and all that stuff. But I decided to do like a green look for summer that's coming up a little bit. Yeah, because that's just kind of what I was feeling. The top is falling. So anyway, I'm going in with the Beauty Bakery palette, and I've already primed my eyes and my eyebrows and all that stuff, and now I'm just going in with this. This is the Holiday, I believe that's what it's called, and this is the sugar cookies that I've used before, and I'm going with that. And that's what I'm kind of putting on my eyes right now. So I am going to stop, kind of tell you what I'm doing while I'm sitting over here running my mouth. All right, so I remember my first time going to the hair salon, and it was not the best experience for me. It was awful. And the first time I went to the hair salon, I shouldn't say that. The first time I went to the hair salon, it was not a bad experience. I got my hair done by my cousin. May her soul rest in peace. She was a cosmetologist, and she did my hair for a pageant or something like that. But the one thing that she kept saying over and over again to my mom was, she needs a perm, she needs a relaxer, she needs a perm, she needs a relaxer, it's too much, it's too much. But my mom never did give me a relaxer, because she always said that my hair was manageable. Like, she didn't have any problems combing it or washing it, blow drying it, or anything like that. And she was just like, I don't have problems doing her hair. So if I don't have problems doing her hair, then I'm not putting a relaxer in it. There's no use for me putting a relaxer in it. So she didn't. So anyway, by the time I got to the 6th grade, my mom got to where she even didn't want to do it. she was just like, I don't even want to do her hair. I don't even want to wash it and blow dry it. So she sent me to a hairstylist for her to just wash and blow dry my hair. And then my mom would then, of course, take a hot comb to it and press it out or whatever. So she was like, I just want somebody to do the hard part, and then I go back and just kind of finish it up a little bit. So I went to a hairstylist that a lot of people in my community go to. And it's funny that the lady that did my hair that time, that traumatized me my entire life, is the exact same lady who did my hair for my wedding. Okay, but that's a whole different situation. We'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, so I got to the hair salon, and she washed my hair, and then she started blow drying it. Again, you can see what my hair looks like. My hair is pretty much the same length and the same texture, of course, that it was when I was in the 6th grade. Since I've been natural, my hair has gone to exactly how it was when I was a kid. And so length and all. But anyway, as she blow dried my hair, y'all, she literally talked about my hair the entire time. To anybody in the shop that will listen to her talk about it, she dogged my hair out. And basically what she said was that my mama should be ashamed of herself. She should give me a perm. How dare her have me walking around there with not a perm in my head? Who wants to be dealing with all this stuff? And you know, she went on and on while she's blow drying my hair. Mind you, I'm like, I believe I was in the 7th grade, now that I think about it. I was in the 7th grade. And what made it worse was that a boy that I knew that went to my school was getting his hair cut. And so he heard that whole conversation. So in my mind, I was just like, so not only am I embarrassed in front of adults that I don't know, I'm embarrassed in front of somebody that goes to my school who's a boy, who I'm going to have to see Monday morning when I go to school. Like if that couldn't make matters worse. And I just remember feeling awful. And I remember thinking to myself, I had the ugliest hair ever. And I told my mom when I got out of there, I'm like, I don't want to go to that lady anymore. I don't want to go to that hair salon anymore. I would rather you do it, because she literally embarrassed me and humiliated me. And I said, I never want to ever have to feel that way again. And from that point on, I hated my hair. I hated my hair totally. All right, so I'm now going in with the Revolution palette, and this is the Birds of Paradise. Y'all seen me use this many times on my channel. I love this palette, and it's a great summer palette. But I am going to go in with this bright yellow, and this is Canary. And so I'm just going to go ahead and prop this yellow on to my crease area, is where this is going. So anyway, that was my first experience going to a hair salon. And so from then, I just didn't like going to the hair salon. I'm just like, no, I just do my hair at home. I mean, I can talk with my own head. I don't want nobody else talking to me. And I mean, I went to the hair salon like every now and then, and the only time I went to the hair salon was if I needed my hair cut, or I needed something done to it that I could not do at home, which was most of the time my haircut. Like, I did my own relaxers. Anything that I could do on my hair that I didn't have to go to the hair salon for, I would do myself. I did not go to the hair salon and get it done, because I was just like, I don't want people talking about my head. So when I see comments, when I see people talking on the Twitter in this article talking about how awful the hairstylists are when it comes to trying to do your hair, you booking an appointment, that just makes me wonder how it is when you actually get to the shop. Is it going to be just as traumatic going to the appointment as it is for booking the appointment? And for me, I never had a problem booking no appointment. I always had a problem once I got there. Nobody wanted to do my hair. And the one time that I can remember going to a hairstylist and walking out of there feeling like I had the most beautiful hair in the world was I went to a hair stylist, and mind you, I had been sitting in that salon for 6 hours. And that's because I wanted my hair done so bad, because somebody told me that she did hair really well. I think it was my sister. And I remember her, I told her, I said, whatever you want to do with it, it's fine with me. I don't even care. And so she decided to do this style, and I don't even remember what kind of style it was, but she told me that just kept telling me how beautiful my hair was. It was healthy, it was thick, and all this other kind of stuff. And then she said usually with that particular style, she's not able to do it on clients without adding hair pieces, but she was able to do it on my hair without adding not one hair piece, because that's how thick my hair was. And so, you know, she just was just going on and on about how beautiful my hair was, and that I should know how beautiful my hair was. Mind you, my hair was relaxed, but still, relaxed or natural, nobody had ever told me how beautiful my hair was. And so I actually walked out of there like, okay, yeah, I'll be back just for that, you know. But the reason why I didn't really go back is because she was always booked, and I just didn't want to, you know, waste my life over at the hair salon. So I didn't really go to her that often. I think I went to her maybe twice. But going back to the article, a lot of the hairstylists were not even living up to what they were demanding the clients to do. Like, if I tell you that I'm coming at 2 o'clock and then you don't show up until 3 o'clock, and then you don't even want to give my money back, like, that's a problem. Like, that's what some of them were talking about. Like, going to show up at their appointment and the hairstylist not even be there. And then somebody said something like, oh, well, sorry, my assistant booked it, so, you know, that was her bad. She should have known my schedule. Either you're gonna have to reschedule it or wait on me. When I go to the hair salon, I want to experience the whole hair salon experience or whatever. And if you know what I'm talking about. Back in my day, going to the hair salon, even though I hated it, I did enjoy going to see other women getting their hair done, what hairstyle they were getting. I enjoyed the smell of the hair salon. I loved the smell of the hair salon. And I just loved being around the women. And of course, there were men in there sometimes too, if it was a barbershop / hair salon. And I loved that whole experience. But even that has changed in the hair salon. Like, that is not even something that you see a lot nowadays. Like, when I got my hair done last year, I was shocked to be like, what is this? Where's the hair salon at? Because now they're in suites. If you've got your hair done in the last couple of years or so, you know that now they're in suites now. And they're not like I'm used to seeing, where you have one hair salon and you have different chairs and salon at each chair. No, you have a building and you have these like 4, 5, 6, 7 suites, and inside of these little rooms you have different hairstylists, which means you can't bring nobody to the hair salon anymore. Like, that's gone. I mean, you might as well just go ahead and hang that up. You're not bringing anybody to the hair salon because there's no room. All right, so I'm going in with the e.l.f. Nyx Eyeliner, and this is in green. Emerald cut is where this is. And then I'm just going to just place this kind of on the outer corner of my eye, and sort of like a line sort of thing that I have going on here. So I use the e.l.f. and I went ahead and kind of did a slight little wing eye at the end of my eye a little bit, and then took that color kind of not all the way to the center, but almost. Sorry I couldn't do that on camera, but y'all know how it's difficult for me to do that. So I just went ahead and did it offline. But one of the things that it said in the article that was interesting is just losing the experience of the hair salon, of making an appointment, of then going to your appointment and sitting in the chair and getting to know your hairstylist and, you know, all that kind of stuff, that seems like that's not happening anymore. A lot of that is like literally going away, and now you're getting charged for every little thing that's being done to your head. If they have to look at your hair now, they're going to charge you. Like, I was going to get a consultation before I got my hair done because I just wanted to make sure that, you know, they knew what they was dealing with. And they was going to charge me just for me to get my hair looked at. And I was just like, okay, just never mind. I'll just, if it doesn't come out looking like whatever, then it doesn't come out looking like whatever. Because, yeah, I'm not paying for you to look at my head. I'm just not going to do that. And the next I'm going into is this light green, and it's called Buggy. And I'm just placing that in the inner corner of my eye, where I place that concealer. So, so now let me tell you kind of what I experienced last summer when I was getting my hair done. So I booked my appointment online, and that was definitely new for me, because I was just like, okay. So I went on Facebook and I saw my daughter, no, I did not see my daughter. I saw my niece had gotten her hair done, and it just said Style Seats. And they mentioned that in the article, that that's pretty much the main app that you go to if you want to get a hair appointment. And so that's where I went to. I went to, of course, Style Seats, and then you type in the place that you are, you know, where your city is. So they give you a list of people in your area. And then you can even narrow it down to natural hair, braids, or whatever. Of course, I put natural hair because I wanted to make sure that whoever was doing my hair knew how to, you know, they knew about natural hair. So I found a couple of ones that I was just like, okay, this is good. Now, the one thing I do say about booking online, about the whole booking process online, is that you do get to see pictures of what they've done. They give you a gallery or portfolio, which is something when, of course, back in my day, we didn't have that. You had word of mouth. If you saw somebody at the, you know, at the store, the grocery store, saw somebody at the mall, and you was like, oh yeah, I like your hair. Who did your hair? That's kind of where we had to do to find out who did hair. I mean, we did not have portfolios or something like that we can look at to determine how was we going to find a hairstylist. It was just word of mouth and send somebody on the street that looked nice, or maybe they did a family members or whatever. I mean, that's kind of how we figured out whether or not we was going to go to a hairstylist. But now you have a lot of just they put a lot of pictures on there so that you can see what they've done in the past. So that's always good, because then you can look at it and be like, okay, no, I don't think that she's going to be for me, because she doesn't look like she knows what she's doing. And then you can go to somebody else. And then, of course, they do show you the prices on there and all that stuff. And then you're able to just like go and book the appointment on the day that you want to go. So the one thing that really did get me is that when I went to book the appointment, for some reason it said it was booked up. Even when it first didn't say it was booked, but then when I went back to try to do it again or something like that, it said it was booked. And I was just like, okay, because me and my daughter were trying to go on the same day. And so I called her then, and to try to let her know, hey, something's going on. They wouldn't let me redo it. And so that's basically kind of what the thing they were saying in the article, is that now you can't even call the cosmetologist. Can't even call the, you know, the hairstylist to tell her, hey, something's going on. Can you help me out? They just tell you, hey, you better look at the thing and figure it out yourself, because, yeah, whatever you got to do, you have to do everything online. All right, so I'm done with my eyeshadow now, the yellow, the green. I just want to do a green color today. And now I'm going in. This is a new product that I'm using. This is Sky High Maybelline Lash. And I've seen this kind of, people were talking about this is a good eyeshadow. I mean, not eyeshadow, a mascara. So that's what I'm using today for this look. But, so I called the lady and I, you know, told her my situation. For her to tell me, well, yeah, it has been booked for that particular day or whatever, I had to rebook on another day. So I was just like, okay, well then I'll rebook on another day. For her to tell me, well yeah, you can rebook by going back on Style Seats and rebooking it. And I'm just thinking to myself, so why couldn't you just rebook it and we're already on the phone with each other? So that's what some of the people were saying, is that now everything is done online. Like you don't get that personable experience. You don't hear somebody over the phone to see if they had an attitude that day, and you're just like, okay, I don't want to deal with that person. Now everything is online, and these hairstylists are getting to where they're just like, hey, you want your hair done? Then you have to work around me. And if you don't want to work around me, then I suggest you go to somebody else, because you need me, I don't need you. So I mean, that's just kind of the mentality that the stylists have now. Like, they just don't even care. You don't want to accommodate, then it is what it is. So I went back on and I rebooked online. Thank goodness she was a nice stylist. She was very nice. She did our hair very nice. I would definitely go to her again when I go to the States. The one thing I do say, and I'm just going to show you kind of what my hair looked like. I got my hair flat iron. The one thing about it is that she was very making sure that I didn't get heat damage. And so she did a process where she did a hydration, whatever it's called, I don't really know what it's called, to give my hair a little bit more extra moisture so that it could hold the press a little longer, because it was my first time getting a silk press or whatever. And so it was pressed, but it actually was just like I would have loved that I liked it to be, which it was pressed but not too pressed out. I still had a little bit of texture into it, and I actually like that better. But I really getting my hair pressed actually made me miss having my hair relaxed sometimes. Just the quickness of it, of just getting up and being able to put my hair in a ponytail and going about my business, or wrapping it up at night, and then just getting up in the morning and combing it out. I mean, it did make me miss my relaxer days a lot, because sometimes getting the natural hair thing is a lot to deal with, and I surely did miss the days, but I didn't miss it that well for me to go back and get a relaxer. So anyways, I'm going on to my face now, and I just combined the Beauty Bakery foundation with the Bobbi Brown. Y'all seen me do that many times, so that is nothing new. I went ahead and added the Fenty primer, is what I put on my face for primer. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take my foundation brush and going to just go ahead and apply that all over my face. So basically, the whole point of the article is, are we losing the hair stylist experience, where people actually want to go to the hair salon? Because if the hairstylists are doing all that they're doing, which is basically making it very difficult for you to make an appointment, or they're not showing up, or you have all these stipulations, you got to pay for X, Y, and Z before you can even get your hair done, is that going to stress people out enough for them just to say, I'm just going to do my hair at home? You're always going to have people that are not going to do their hair at home, but then you're going to have people like me that's going to be like, I've got more to do with my life than sitting over here worrying about a hair salon. I can just go and stay my behind at home and do my own head. And you're going to have some people that does that, and they're not going to go to the hair salon because of whatever traumatic experience they had booking it, or when they actually got there. And I think it's very important that hairstylists know that yes, it is true that a lot of times you do have that power, that control to be pretty much tell a client, hey, if you really want your hair done, then I guess you're gonna have to follow by my rules. But it's very important that you also think about the client. The client is also giving up their time too to come to the hair salon, and they're giving you money to do their hair, and with that you should give them a little bit more respect than just expecting them to just do whatever you want them to do, and then just be like, well, sorry for you, if you don't do as I say, then I guess you just have to go find you somewhere else to go. Like, that to me is a little much. And of course, everybody has the right to operate their business the way they want to operate it. There are some hairstylists that can do that can tell you, hey, I don't really need you. I have so many clients that you leaving is not really a big deal for me. And I've just gone in with the HD corrector. This is that black radiance. I've used it many times just to kind of clean up the area and kind of highlight my eye there a little bit. Yeah, so they're just like, I'm not losing any sleep, you losing any money by losing 1 or 2 clients. So, I mean, there's some out there that can afford to make those demands because they're that good. There's some out there that can charge you an arm and a leg because, again, they're that good and people are going to pay the money. But then there's some that's just like, that's just a little bit outrageous, and they are going to go somewhere else. So I think it's just how it is right now. I don't think the whole salon experience has really changed that much as far as, I think the hairstylists have always been a little bit demanding as far as this is what I want. And so, you can take it or leave it wherever you go. I'm going in with the Juvia's Place, and this is going with the blush here. I think at the end of the day, it's up to you about whether or not you're going to be a slave to the hair salon. And I think it's important that you learn how to do your own hair, because somebody might not be able to do your hair. There might be a time where there's not going to be somebody to do it. So you need to at least know how to do the basics. I mean, I know that, of course, there's a lot of people out there that don't like doing their hair. They've got a lot of hair. They don't want to fool with it or whatever. And that is perfectly fine. But I think it's important that you at least know a little bit enough to do your own, just in case, there is a hairstylist that's acting up and you can be like, well, you know what? I don't even need a hair salon. I can do it myself. And that's basically what I do. Is I most of the time have always done my hair myself. I trust myself enough. If I mess my own hair up, that's fine. But if somebody else messes my hair up, it's just like, really, that's your fault for going to that person. And I think I've only had my hair messed up by a hairstylist maybe one time. And she cut all my hair off, and I didn't really want it to be that short, but it still looked nice. And actually I ended up liking the haircut after a while, and so yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. But it could have been a travesty, which it was, because I was crying. So it was a travesty. So I'm going to go in for my lips. I'm going in with this is the Revlon Shine Nude Illuminator, and I've used this in one of my videos, I can't remember. And then this is the CoverGirl lip liner. This is Plum Partner, and I used this when I was talking about the lipsticks. So yeah, that whole experience for me was not a very good experience for me, and so I can see why people are kind of reluctant for going to the hairstylist in general, because you're taking a chance when you're going, especially if you haven't been there before. So, I mean, to me, the stress could come from actually booking the appointment, especially if it's so much stipulations that come with it. But it can also come with going to the hair salon in general, because you don't know what that stylist is going to do to your hair. So I think it's sad that that's what the hair salons are going, that's what's happening. I guess that goes with things that change. So I mean, I guess it's just kind of just, I mean, the whole thing is stressful. Going and booking the appointment can be stressful. Going to the hair salon can be stressful because you don't know what's going to come out of it either way. So it's like you're losing trust and just the whole thing whatsoever. So then you of course resort to doing things on your own, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. But it's a bad thing for hairstylists because you're going to be losing money, and then it's going to be bad for the clients too if you are not one that is very good at doing your hair on your own. Well, your hair is not going to be looking all so good. So what do you all think of that? So what do you all think of just everything that comes along with the whole new way of booking an appointment? What were some stories that you may have when going to the hair salon, or booking through the style seats, or booking onto whatever hair salon, beauty salon app? Did you have any difficulties? Did you feel stressed out? Do you feel like where it's going to is where it's going to be? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What do you all feel about kind of, you know, the article itself? Again, the article is on Refinery 29. You could also get it on Apple News if you subscribe to Apple News. Very interesting article that just really just like was just like, yes, I totally understand the whole stressful situation, and it's definitely going further than just booking an appointment. It is actually going to the hair salon myself and actually have them do my hair and not feel as though I have the ugliest hair in the whole world when they're doing my hair. So yeah. All right, so tell me, y'all, what you all think if you read the article, or when you read the article, or just the topic in general. Let me know. Also, if you want me to do more videos like this where I'm just discussing a topic. I am going to also discuss maybe a book that I'm reading, because I'm an avid reader. I love to read. And this is the finished makeup look. So I'm doing a green eyelid, green eyeshadow with sort of like a burgundy, fuchsia, pinkish looking lipstick. I was trying to get a nude lipstick, but it was just not working. So this is kind of what I end up coming out with. So yeah, great little makeup for summer. All right, y'all, I am Michele Mazelleغ. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.